So it's been 2 years since I took the plunge into the freelance videography world, and one thing I quickly came to realise is the importance of having the right tool for the right job. Now, one of these tools that I've always struggled with seems to be an off-camera monitor. Now, maybe that's because I've gone the budget route, but one of the main issues I find is they're not bright enough outdoors, the quality's just not there, they're either too big, too small, I've never found a good balance. So when Hollyland reached out and asked if I wanted to test their new Mars M1 Enhanced monitor, I'll be honest, my first thought was, it's just going to be the same as the rest. But after testing it out now for just over 2 weeks on a few different jobs, I have to say it's got some premium features I didn't know I needed. So let's have a look. When you open the box, of course, you get the monitor itself. Now, Hollyland also include a screen protector in the box, which is something I've not had included with any of the budget monitors I've bought. Inside, you'll also get a lock-in power cable with a D-tap connection on the end, which is really good if you want to run it off a V-mount battery or external power source. You will also get a USB-A to USB-C adapter, which is always good to have. In terms of port selection, on the back of the monitor you have your power button, 2 lockable DC in and DC out ports. Of course, you've got your built-in battery slot, that'll take your standard Sony MPF batteries, and you also have an SDI in port. Now on the side you've got HDMI in and out, which is always good to have. And then on the other side you've got your headphone jack and a USB-C port where you can upgrade the firmware or even import your LUTs. So there's a quick look at the monitor and what's included, but the main thing for me was getting out in the field and seeing what it was actually like. And I have to say, from first impressions, I was very impressed with the build quality of this monitor. I mean, as soon as you pick it up, you can just feel there's a bit of weight to it. It doesn't feel cheap and nasty. And in my opinion, it's the perfect size for going on a handheld rig. I have used 7-inch monitors in the past, but they can be a bit overbearing when using it on a handheld rig, especially if you're powering them with one of those big MPF batteries. Whereas when you mount this on the top, I really didn't notice it too much. I have to say though, the biggest standout feature for me is just the quality of the screen. Now granted, I was using it on an overcast day, however, I had no issues with the brightness of the screen. I believe it goes to around 1000 nits, and the touch accuracy was just on point, which can't always be said for other monitors. Now, with this being a premium monitor, you do get your options such as peaking, false colour, grayscale, histogram, and even LUT support. But what sets this monitor apart from the rest is the fact that you can use it as a transmitter or a receiver. Now, most of the time, I will more than likely use this as an on-camera monitor. However, it's great to have the wireless capabilities. So if you're like me and you shoot car content, then you'll know the pain of having to run a HDMI lead from the back of the car to the front when using a car rig. So this is going to be a game changer. Another option is you could set it up for your client during a shoot so they can see what you're seeing in real time. That way they're kind of signing off on the shot without having to watch it back. So that was my quick take on the Hollyland Mars M1 Enhanced, and if you're in the market for a new monitor, I'd definitely recommend taking a look. I'll make sure I leave a link in the description somewhere. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.